and welcome to Trusty Pictures. Today's video is going to be another skin combo video, and today's skin will be 501st Trooper. Let's get into this video. This video is going to be another skin combo video, and I thought I'd continue with the Star Wars series combos that I've been doing, and the skin I'm making combos for today is going to be the 501st Trooper, which is currently still in the item shop now. You get it in the bundle with the Ever Trooper, which you have to scroll down and quickly find it. Which is this one right here, the 501st and 212th Battalion Trooper pack. So you get two skins. So I decided to make combos for the first one, which is the 501st Trooper. Let's get into the first combo. The skin itself, as you can see, it has white, black, and blue, so it's quite an easy skin to combo with. Backbling I'm using is Shattered Wing, part of the Broken Light set, introduced in Chapter 1, Season 8. Very good backbling, in my opinion, for this combo because the blue goes very nicely with the blue on the Trooper itself. Pickaxe is a Tragic Blade, which is part of the Kid Leroy set, introduced in Chapter 4, Season 1, and is the Rogue Leroy's backbling / pickaxe. You can use it as both. Glider, I thought I'd switch it up and use a Millennium Falcon instead of the other Star Wars gliders I was using, but you can use any Star Wars themed glider that you'd like to use, or you don't even have to use Star Wars. Use any themed glider that is white, black, or blue, quite nicely with this 501st Trooper skin. Contrail just had to be the TIE Squadron, because it's the only Star Wars related contrail that I do own, part of the Darth Vader set, introduced in Chapter 3. Season 3 was in Chapter 3, Season 3's Battle Pass, basically was Darth Vader's contrail from that season. And the wrap I decided to use was the 501st Legion, which is part of the wrap bundle you can get, which is a Clone Trooper wrap pack. For 400 you get 4 wraps, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion, and pretty good as well. So I thought I'd just use one that goes with the 501st Trooper. Let's move on to the second combo. I thought I'd back on the Hurricane, which is Hurricane's backbling, which is part of the Hurricane set, introduced in Chapter 2, Season 7, works absolutely perfectly with the blue once again. Pickaxe is a Hand of Lightning from the Chapter 2, Season 4 Battle Pass, part of the Storm set, and is Storm's pickaxe from that season. If you don't have this one, you can always whack on the Frozen Flourish work nicely, which is Chloe Kim's pickaxe, or even the Electric Crescent, which is Flake's powers. And I guess you could get away with also the Booger Blades, or just use Phantasmic Pulse and set it up either like fully blue, fully white, fully black, or a little bit like white, blue, white, black, or black, white, whatever you'd like to combo it, because this skin's quite easy to combo with. And the wrap I just had to use was Fractal Zero, which is an item shop wrap, part of the 0 point set, introduced in Chapter 1, Season X, and was most recently in the store with the Zetfar's Locker Bundle, which I think was like maybe a week or so ago now. It was, you could either get it in the bundle like I did, or just get it separate. It's a very good wrap in my opinion. If you don't have this, just use anything blue feed, it will go nicely with this combo. Let's move on to the next combo. I decided to use the R2-D2 backbling, which is part of the original trilogy set, introduced in Chapter 3, Season 4. So mainly use R2-D2 because of all the colours he has. He has blue, he has white, has a little bit black as well, which goes very nicely with the setup of the colours of the 501st Trooper. Pickaxe is Electric Crescents, which is Flake's powers pickaxe, introduced in Chapter 4, Season 1, and I'm using the edit style, the Electric Crescents for the blue, but you could also use Phantom Power for the white and black. It's totally up to you which one you want to use. And then the wrap I'm using is Ripley from Chapter 2, Season 1 Battle Pass, part of the Slurp Squad set. Just mainly using this for the blue, works very nicely. If you don't have this one, you could always use the Slurp-matic, which is this wrap right here, which is part of the Chapter 3 Season 4 Battle Pass, part of the Growl and Grizz set, and was Grizz's weapon wrap from that season. It would work absolutely perfectly for an alternative to the Ripley. It's got the blue, the black, the yellow doesn't really go nice, but you've got the blue, the black, and the white. It goes perfectly. Let's move on to the next combo. I decided to use the number 1 backbling, and I'm using the edit style, or the colour default, which is for the light blue. Pickaxe is a Vision for the black and the blue, and this is an item shop pickaxe, part of the Ouroboros set, introduced in Chapter 1, Season 7, using it for the black and blue. It works very perfectly. I would easily still like this pickaxe to this day. I use it quite a lot. And the wrap I'm using is Polished Stone from the Chapter 3, Season 3 Battle Pass, just using it for the blue and the black. Let's move on to the next combo. I decided to whack on the power panels, which is part of the machine learning set, introduced in Chapter 3, Season 4, and this is Errant's backbling. Basically, they were in the item shop recently, which is the Glitch and Errant skins. Basically, this like robotic version of the wrap skins. You've got wraps on your skin. Basically, design it similar to these backblings. And I'm putting for the metal colour, I decided to put on the blue steel, and then the wrap is 501st Legion. I thought it just works absolutely perfect. Obviously, it is his wrap. Obviously, the 501st Legion is the wrap for this skin. And I did the same with the pickaxe, which is part of the same set, and you can basically buy it most recently when the Glitch and Errant skins were out. I'm not sure if they're in the store now, but when they were, you could. The hilt colour is, don't know why it's lime green, it should be white. Okay, I'll change it to quickly white. And white and black, I don't know why I have it like lime green, but hilt colour is white, and the FX colour is black. Metal colour is blue steel, and the wrap once again is 501st Legion. which I thought just works absolutely perfectly. And the wrap I decided to use is closed circuit, which I'm pretty sure is in the item shop with glitching out. I'm pretty sure if you buy them as a bundle, you get this wrap with it. But either way, it's a very good blue wrap in my opinion for this combo. Let's move on to the next combo. I decided to use a white themed back bling. I'm using the perfect wings, but you can use any wings that are white themed. I'll quickly show the ones that I own, and you could use them if you do own them. You could always whack on the Shattered Wings, which was part of the Monarch set and was the part of the Monarch level up quest pack from Chapter 3 Season 1. You could always use, get with the Shadow Bird wings or even the Shadow Arc wings, which got the white and the black. And you could also use Love Wings from Chapter 1 Season 3, which is the Love Ranger's back bling, even the Corrupted Blade Wings, and just completely turn it down to no corruption. Maybe Dusk Wings as well, or there is a black version of these wings, the Perfect Wings. I can't ever remember the name, but you could also use those as an alternative to the white ones. And Pickaxe is Fantastic Pulse, and I decided to use this style, Cosmic Edge, just decided to go basic and just go white and white, works absolutely perfectly. And then the wrap I'm using is Shadow Angular Shift, but you can use any of the Shadow series wraps that you like. You could use this one, the Array, or even the Monarch's Glow, or just use any wraps as either like fully white, fully black, or it could be a little bit blue as well, would work nicely. Let's move on to the next combo. I decided to whack on the Winner's Mark, which is part of the FNTS set introduced in Chapter 3 Season 1. Works very nicely. I decided to go for the holographic, but you could always go with the Champion Shield, work nicely. Could even go away, you get away with using, I swear there's a yeah, you can always get away with using the Target's Tally as well if you want to have it count your limbs. That would also work nicely. Pickaxe is the Ali Tech Staff, which is part of the Ali A set, introduced in Chapter 3 Season 2, and I'm using the light colour Rare Reaper for the blue and the black, and the wrap just had to be the blue A, which is Ali A's weapon wrap, and it works absolutely perfectly with the 501st Trooper because of the white, the black, and the blue. Let's move on to the second, last combo, the 7th combo. I decided to use the Emoji Cape, but I decided just to go with the primary colour white and the secondary colour black. I was trying to go for white and blue, but I couldn't find a blue. It went perfectly with the blue on the skin itself, so that's why I decided to stick with the black. And then the sticker is none. If I had like a Star Wars themed sticker, I would have used it, but I decided I didn't have any, so I thought I'd just completely have it, blank and don't have any. It works very nicely actually, this cape. Pickaxe is Demon Slayer Blade from the Chapter 2 Season 8 Battle Pass, part of the Hagiri set, and this is Charlotte's pickaxe from that season. And I'm using the Style Demon Slayer Blade, so basically just so it doesn't have the flame basically. But you could always whack on the Michonne's Katana if you do own that, which is, I'll just show you the one I'm on about. You probably know which one I'm on about, but it's this one right here. This one would be a very good alternative, or just use any sword themed pickaxe. It would be like white, blue, black, would work perfectly. And then the wrap I decided to use is Monarch's Glow from the Monarch level up quest pack from Chapter 3 Season 1. It's the first ever level up quest that we got, and it's a very good wrap in my opinion. Goes very nicely with this combo. Let's move on to the, what was the 8th combo I just did, so the 9th one's coming up now. I decided to whack on the Ice Mantle, and I'm using the colour blue, but you could always get away with using silver if you want to, but I decided to go with the blue, which is the Ice King's back bling from Chapter 1 Season 7's Battle Pass. Pickaxe is the Sigil of the Empire, which is Darth Vader's pickaxe from Chapter 3 Season 3's Battle Pass. And then the wrap is Proto Wave, which is part of the Machine Learning set introduced in Chapter 3 Season 4. So this would have been in the shop at the same time as the Glitch and Errant skins, since it's in the same set as those. Let's move on to the final combo. I decided to use Ninja's Edge, which is Ninja's back bling, part of the Ninja set introduced in Chapter 2 Season 1. Also decided to use his pickaxe, which is dual katanas, works absolutely perfect with the blue and the black. And then the wrap just had to be blue metallic, which is from the Chapter 1 Season 7 Battle Pass, part of the Ice Kingdom set, and the Ice King's weapon wrap from that season. Using it for the black and blue. If you don't have this and didn't play in Chapter 1 Season 7, just use any wrap that is blue, like it could be fully blue or a little bit of black and blue, or fully blue, fully black, or a little bit of white, or whatever you want to use. It would work nicely, but this combo is just mainly blue and black. You can mix up and have, any of those colours that are actually on the 501st Trooper. So that is all the 10 skin combos done for the 501st Trooper. As I mentioned at the start, I thought I'd get this skin done. I'm still working towards getting the Darth Maul skin, all those other Star Wars cosmetics. So if there is any specific cosmetic related video you'd like to see, could be skin, back bling, pickaxe, glider / umbrella, contrail, even weapon wrap, feel free to whack in the comments below. If I do own it, I'll make sure to get it done. If I don't, always feel free to whack another comment or whack another comment, and if I do have it or suggestion, I will make sure to get it done as soon as I can. But anyways, that's pretty decent.